This is a very good application out here to come out and have a nice area to use for a screened-in porch or a wide-open patio area.
When Cindy and Brady contacted us about this project, I think the thing that really fascinated us the most was the idea of this retractable screen system. Mosquitoes can be terrible in this part of the country, and it's great to have a system where during the day when mosquitoes aren't a problem, you can just retract them up, you don't even see them, but then during the night when the mosquitoes come out, you just pull the things down. Or working with a company that takes your measurements and then custom fits everything to your exact specifications. Now the screen comes on a big roll like this, and then there's a motor that you'll attach to that. The cord just plugs into your electrical. It also has brackets and tracks like this for everything to roll on, and even a remote. The guys say it's basically like changing a roll of toilet paper. We'll see, but it's definitely a do-it-yourself system. Bucky and I are going to show you how to put one together.
First thing we have to do is secure these two end brackets. So I just mark them, pre-drill them, I'm going to lag them right into the header. And you want to make dang sure you get these in square to each other so the screen runs nice and smooth in the track.
All right, so with our brackets in place, we can go ahead and hang the screen now. Before we do that, I want to show you where the motor is actually housed. This blue guy right here is slid inside the column. The screen's wrapped around. This will operate the unit, bring it up and down. The cord is sticking out, all set to be plugged in once we get it up in the brackets. Okay, Bucky, all set?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we're ready to hang it. It's about 85 pounds, so it's not too unwieldy by any means. Bucky's going to slide his side in the idler pin bracket there. Okay. You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Now with the idler pin in, we can go ahead and slide this thing into position. I want to make certain that our cord is up. Okay, just like so. Okay, so with everything into position, we want to put a spring clip so it won't pull back out again. And that just gets popped in right here. There we go. So the spring clamp in, it's held in there very well, and the cord is all set to be plugged in. Now we just have to add our track. We first need to lower the screen about halfway to gain access to the sides at the bottom rail.
Now we got to get our track installed. We got to get these three wheels to slide into our track here. Once we get those wheels in there, then there's a little screen guide. You slip the little screen right in there, slide it in there. That's the guide of the screen. We're good to go. I got mine, Dean.
This right here is probably the trickiest part of the whole operation, but it's not too big a deal considering the fact that everything else is so incredibly simple. And they said this is the best way to keep this thing from popping out in the sides when you're operating the screens.
Hold still, Dean. After I get that in there, I'm going to put this little stop in here. By putting this little stop in, now it holds the screen from coming back out of the rail so it can't slide out.
Well, once we get the screen inside the track, then we just take the track, slide that up against our outside stop, and screw it in position. Easy enough.
This is kind of similar to a Venetian blind. You have your screen as like your valance and your tracks on the side, and I mean that's it. There's really not much to it. Pretty darn ingenious.
Now for the final step, we just want to reel down this screen, get this down to the bottom, make certain that it isn't binding anywhere. And if that looks good, then we can go ahead and screw off our top track. Everything seems to be working pretty darn well. So yeah, we can screw off our top track. One thing I should point out, this bottom rail here is really pretty heavy. This is a rubber gasket on the bottom, and that will just form along the top of our patio, so that'll keep any bugs from sliding in underneath the screen. So pretty slick system.
Look at that, there's a bee right there trying to get in. Ha ha.
Little does he know we have two more to go. Not every opening is perfectly square, so before ordering, they have you measure each opening. Check the width in a few different spots, and then go with the narrowest dimension so you're not fighting a screen that's too wide at the top or bottom when it's time to install it. They say it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours for a homeowner to get them installed and dialed in. Now you can see how we're using them here to screen off the patio, but I guess a lot of people will use them over a garage door opening so they can get some fresh air while working on cars or other stuff they might be doing in a garage.
Cindy's gonna be very excited when she sees these screens they're actually in place, and that when we can hit the button and make them go up and down, that's gonna really please her a lot because it's kind of the culmination of everything we've been working for.
Along with the handheld remote, there's also a wall-mounted remote for when you can't find the handheld. Very easy to install. You just cut a hole in the drywall, slide this guy in, mount this into it, put a GFI cover over the top, and again, because it is RF controlled, there's no wiring. Very simple to set up.
See, Dean, before the guys took off, I was talking about this, and they said that these can span up to 30 feet long.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Kind of cool.
That is pretty neat. You know, one thing we didn't mention before is this screen is so flexible you probably could have a dog run into the side of it, and it wouldn't permanently dent it like a typical screened-in porch. So you want to see what it looks like all at once?
Yeah. I'm gonna
All
check it out
three.
from back
There
here.
they go. Huh?
Look at that.
Love the sound of that, huh? Those look good over at Old Buck's place, you know.
That would look real good at Old Buck's place.